They made you afraid of money, not because money is evil, but because money is power. And a powerful mind is the last thing they want you to have. From the time you were young, they planted the idea in your soul. Money changes people. Rich people are greedy. Wanting too much makes you selfish. But here's the truth, no one told you. The fear they gave you wasn't to protect you. It was to control you. Because the moment you fear money, you fear freedom. You fear risk. You fear rising. And the man who fears rising will kneel forever. They never taught you to command money. They taught you to obey it, to chase it, to depend on it, to fight over scraps of it, while the wealthy created millions with a sentence. Let me say this clearly, you were not born to survive. You were born to multiply. You were born to master money, not be mastered by it. Asterisk, let's break the lie. They told you money can't buy happiness, but neither can poverty. They told you don't talk about money. It's rude. But silence is how they keep you in chains. They said just work hard and be grateful, but they never said what to work toward. You've been trained to fear the very thing you need to unlock your destiny. And it's costing you. It's costing you time with your family. It's costing you sleep. It's costing you dignity. It's costing you your potential. You're not tired because you work hard. You're tired because you work in fear. Fear of losing your job. Fear of falling behind. Fear of not having enough. Fear is the root of all poverty. Asterisk. When you walk into a store, do you think first of the price or the value? When an opportunity appears, do you feel excitement or resistance? When you think of $1 million, do you see possibility or pressure? That reaction, that tension in your chest, that was programmed into you by the voices you heard growing up, by the struggles you saw around you, by the way money was treated like a ghost that haunted, never helped. They made money feel like a curse. So you stopped seeking the blessing. Asterisk, but not anymore. Today is the day you begin the return, the reclamation, the resurrection of the wealthy identity that was always yours, but buried under guilt, shame, and silence. Listen to me. Money is not evil. Money is not selfish. Money is not the root of anything bad. Money is a mirror. It reflects who you are when no one is watching. It magnifies what you already carry. If you're generous, it multiplies your impact. If you're wise, it multiplies your reach. If you're driven, it multiplies your freedom. But if you're afraid, it multiplies your chains. So the question is not, can I have money? The question is, can I handle who I become when I do? Asterisk, you were born rich. You were born free. But you were taught to beg, to settle, to hide your ambition behind fake humility. Enough. This is your wake-up call. You were not born to resent those who have more. You were born to become the one who gives more. You were not born to wish for wealth. You were born to walk in it, confidently, unapologetically, purposefully. Asterisk, I do not fear money. I welcome money. I attract money. I command money. I multiply money. I am not afraid of abundance. I was made for it. I do not apologize for wanting more, because more allows me to give more, build more, bless more. I was not born to be broke. I was born to be bold. Asterisk, you didn't choose poverty. You were conditioned into it. Every time you saw your parents argue about bills, every time you heard someone say, we can't afford that, every time you were told to stop dreaming and be realistic, a seed was planted, a seed that whispered, money is a problem, and people like you don't solve those problems. You just survive them. But here's what they never told you. That seed doesn't have to grow. You can dig it out. You can burn it down. And in its place, you can plant something new. A new belief, a new identity, a new relationship with money that isn't based on fear, but on freedom. Asterisk, let me show you what they did, the 3 lies they fed you. Lie number 1, money is hard to get. No, money is everywhere. It flows through ideas. It multiplies through service. It moves toward value. And the moment you understand how to create value, the money comes looking for you. But you were trained to trade time for money, to beg for raises, to sacrifice your health for a paycheck that just barely keeps you afloat. That is not wealth. That is quiet slavery. Asterisk lie number 2. Wanting more is wrong. No, wanting more is human. Desire is not greed. Desire is divine. Without desire, nothing grows. Without desire, the world remains the same. Desire is the soul's way of expanding reality. It is the whisper that says, "You were made for more, now go prove it." But when you were young, they told you not to ask for too much, to be grateful for the bare minimum, to silence your hunger and call that maturity. But hunger is holy. You can be grateful for where you are, and still be unapologetic about where you're going. Asterisk lie number 3. Talking about money is arrogant. No, silence is ignorance, and ignorance costs you everything. The rich talk money. They study it, they speak it, they plan it, they move it. You must do the same. Not in gossip, not in bragging, but in clarity, in vision, in design. Speak money fluently. Learn its language. Use it to shape your life, instead of watching it shape your limits. Asterisk. Now let me ask you something personal. When you think of having real wealth, not just comfort, but overflow, does it make you feel excited or guilty? Do you feel deserving or ashamed? That answer is everything. Because the money will not stay in the hands of the man who feels he doesn't deserve it. Your subconscious mind has to see wealth as natural, not lucky, as earned, not stolen, as a reflection of who you are, not a betrayal of who you were. Asterisk say this: I deserve abundance. I am not guilty for wanting more. I am not ashamed of overflow. I am not afraid of wealth. I was made to multiply it again. I deserve abundance. I am not guilty for wanting more. I am not ashamed of overflow. I am not afraid of wealth. I was made to multiply it. Burn those words into your identity, because the world has enough weak men walking around apologizing for wanting a better life. You're not here for that. Asterisk, you're here to break the generational curse of struggle, to shatter the ceiling your family was never allowed to touch, to rise so high that your children never taste the fear that kept you awake at night. But that will not happen with fear in your heart. It will not happen if you keep obeying the voices that told you to stay small. Fear is a liar. And today, you stop listening. You don't owe anyone an apology for wanting to win. You don't owe anyone an explanation for chasing abundance. Because when your hands are full, you lift others. When your wallet overflows, so does your ability to impact the world. This isn't about greed. This is about greatness. This is about reclaiming the identity you were born with, and unlearning the poverty they forced into your soul. Asterisk money was never the enemy. Fear was. Shame was. Silence was. But not anymore. Today, you stop running. Today, you turn around and face the story they gave you. And you write a new one. A bold one. A wealthy one. A story where money doesn't enslave you. It serves you. And because of that, you serve others. You were born rich. You just forgot. But now, you remember. And now, we rise. Asterisk, now that the fear is exposed, now that the lies have been named, it's time to rebuild. You cannot just erase the old program. You must replace it. And that starts with the wealth identity. Wealth is not just something you pursue. It is someone you become. You don't attract money by chasing it. You attract money by becoming the man it flows toward. So who is that man? He is 3 things: clear in purpose, disciplined in habit, ruthless in belief. Let's break it down. Asterisk 1. Clear in purpose money avoids confusion. It flows toward structure, toward intention, toward clarity. The wealthy don't say, I hope I get rich someday. They say, I demand this amount, by this date, through this method. And then they go to war for it. Every single day. So grab a pen. Not tomorrow. Not later. Now. And write this. What is the exact amount of money you are building toward? What is the purpose behind that number? What is the timeline? What is your vehicle, your method, your path, your engine? Write it. Repeat it. Speak it until your subconscious is sick of hearing it and starts delivering it. Vague goals create vague results. But wealth responds to specificity. 2. Disciplined in habit. Let me say something simple but brutal. You don't rise to the level of your dreams. You fall to the level of your habits. Every rich man you've ever admired, he didn't rely on motivation. He built a routine. Here is the daily system of the wealthy. Morning declaration. Before the world speaks to you, you speak to yourself. I am wealthy. I act like it. I move like it. I serve like it. Auto-suggestion reading. Read your financial blueprint out loud. Every single morning. Focused work blocks. No distractions. Just building. This is sacred time. Your fortune depends on it. Tracking. Wealthy people don't guess. They measure. Track your income, your ideas, your growth. Nighttime reprogramming before you sleep. Speak your wealth again. Let your mind dream of expansion, not lack. Routines build results. Repeat that until it becomes law in your life. Point 3. Ruthless in belief. This is where 99% fail. They want the money, but deep down, they don't believe they deserve it. They fear judgment. They fear success. They fear outgrowing the people around them. But let me be very clear. If you are not ruthless with your belief, the world will rewrite it for you. You must protect your mind like your life depends on it, because it does. That means no conversations that mock wealth. No jokes that normalize struggle. No associations that celebrate mediocrity. Say this out loud with intensity. I build my habits like a rich man. I speak my goals with fire. I move with discipline. I serve with purpose. I attract money daily. Again, I build my habits like a rich man. I speak my goals with fire. I move with discipline. I serve with purpose. I attract money daily. Say it until it becomes your identity. Asterisk. Do you understand what's happening right now? You're not just learning strategies. You're becoming someone new. Someone unrecognizable to your old story. Someone dangerous to mediocrity. Someone who no longer plays by the rules of fear and doubt and permission. They trained you to survive. But now you are training yourself to lead. Asterisk. Let me ask you something. Are you still living like money is a stranger? Are you still walking around with guilt every time you spend? Still waiting for permission to dream bigger? Stop. You don't need permission to be wealthy. You need a decision. That's it. Decide once and for all that you will never again apologize for wanting more. That you will never again hide your ambition, silence your voice, or delay your purpose. Asterisk. Because here's the truth. You are not afraid of money. You are afraid of who you'll have to become to receive it. But that man, he's already inside you. Waiting for the moment you stop playing small. Waiting for the day you stop bowing to fear. Waiting for the second you say, I'm ready. And now you are. Asterisk. We've destroyed the fear. We've replaced the story. Now let's install the power. The power to attract wealth without chasing it. Without begging for it, without compromising who you are. This is where we move from desire to magnetism. The psychology of wealth. Magnetism. Money does not come to need. It comes to strength, to alignment, to energy that is locked in belief and fired by service. People say, I need money, but need is repulsion. Need is insecurity, broadcasted through your vibration. And money doesn't trust the insecure. Here's the law. Money follows the one who already moves like he has it. That's the magnetism. You must become the man who thinks, speaks, moves, and gives like money already lives in his pocket. That doesn't mean recklessness. It means certainty. It means that you're no longer waiting to receive before you behave. You behave, and then you receive. Asterisk, stop checking your balance like it determines your power. Stop shrinking your dreams to match your bank account. Start expanding your identity until your bank account has no choice but to grow. You cannot build a rich life with a broke mind. So here's how you fix it. Asterisk 1. Rewire your language. Words are not casual. They are commands. Every time you say, I can't afford that. I'm just trying to get by. Money's tight right now. You're programming your mind to block wealth. Replace every poverty phrase with power phrases. That's not in my current budget, but I'm expanding. Money flows to me because I serve. Wealth is coming, and I'm preparing for it. Speak these words like they are law, because they are. 2. Move with financial identity. What does a rich man do? He plans, he invests, he tracks, he multiplies. He gives generously, not to impress, but to confirm that he is not owned by money, so act accordingly. Even if your account is small, manage it like a portfolio. Track every inflow and outflow like you're running a kingdom. Because if you don't honor $10, you won't be trusted with $10,000. If you don't build discipline now, wealth will only magnify your chaos later. 3. Serve with value, not desperation. Money is the mirror of value, but value is never desperate. Poor men say, please hire me. Please notice me. Please buy this. Wealthy men say, I solve this. I build this. I lead this. And here's the price. When you serve with certainty, the world responds with currency. Want more money? Then become a man who solves bigger problems. Offer deeper service. Create something that shifts lives, not just sells. Money chases purposeful creators. Be one. Asterisk, say this aloud with power. Money seeks me because I walk in clarity. I offer value. I serve boldly. I speak with power. 1. Receive with honor. Again, money seeks me because I walk in clarity. I offer value. I serve boldly. I speak with power. I receive with honor. Let those words rewrite your cells. Money is emotional before it's mathematical. People think money is just numbers. But the truth, it's emotional first. People don't buy what's cheapest. They buy what feels aligned. People don't invest in what's logical. They invest in what resonates. So become the man who resonates. Radiate belief. Carry conviction. Don't sell your vision, embody it. The more certain you are, the more valuable you become. Becoming a wealth beacon. A wealth beacon is someone who doesn't chase. He attracts. He doesn't run after money. He prepares a place for it. He creates systems. He builds structure. He multiplies his capacity. You're not just a receiver. You're a host for abundance. So upgrade your systems. Upgrade your routine. Upgrade your expectations. Because money has ears, and it's listening for the man who's ready. Asterisk, stop waiting for the next big break. You are the break. Stop waiting for motivation. You are the spark. Money is not coming to save you. It's coming to mirror you. So fix the image you're projecting. Get serious. Get structured. Get bold. Be code. Because wealth doesn't trust the man who keeps changing his mind. It trusts the one who holds the line, no matter what. Asterisk, say this now. I move like I already have the money. I manage what I have with excellence. I serve with boldness. I magnetize riches. I am ready. One more time. I move like I already have the money. I manage what I have with excellence. I serve with boldness. I magnetize riches. I am ready. You're not trying anymore. You're not hoping. You are becoming. and the world is about to reflect what you've built. Asterisk, you've broken the chains. You've rewritten the code. You've stepped into power. But there's one final piece, making it last. Because what good is wealth if it disappears in a year? What good is success if your children can't inherit it? What good is prosperity if it dies with you? We are not here to create a moment. We're here to build a legacy. Wealth that endures is built with systems, not surges. You've seen it. People get a raise and go broke. People win the lottery and return to poverty. Because money grows to your level of system, not your level of excitement. Excitement is emotional. Systems are structural. If your systems are weak, your fortune will collapse under pressure. So here's the truth. Sporadic action creates temporary money. Disciplined systems create generational wealth. Let me show you how. 1. Master the 3 buckets of wealth. You must divide every dollar into purpose, or it will disappear into emotion. There are only 3 real buckets. Cash flow, what you use. 2. Live, invest, and operate. Protection, what you store to protect against storms. Savings, insurance, reserves. Multiplication, what you plant to grow. Investments, business. Assets. Poor men throw it all into one pile and call it survival. Wealthy men divide their money like they're leading an army, and they are, because money without assignment becomes a liability. 2. Multiply through service, not schemes. Forget shortcuts. Forget gambling your future on hype. Real wealth comes from building something that serves more people, solves deeper pain, and scales without your constant presence. Serve 10 people, and you make a living. Serve 10,000, and you build a fortune. Serve 10 million, and you change the world. So stop chasing income streams. Build impact rivers. 3. Teach. What you've mastered. Here's the secret. The system doesn't want you to know. Wealth multiplies when it's taught. The moment you teach someone else how to think richly, you cement the principles in your own soul. Write them, speak them, train your children, mentor your team. Because when you become the source of wealth, you're never dependent on a single source again. Tone shift gravitas. If you die with millions, but never taught your children discipline, you haven't left them wealth. You've left them decay with a balance. Legacy is not money. Legacy is wisdom, character, vision, and systems. If you teach your family how to make $100,000, they'll never fear lack again. But if you only leave them $100,000, it will be gone before the next winter comes. So ask yourself this. Are you building wealth to spend it, or to multiply it? Are you becoming a consumer of riches, or a commander of wealth? The final identity shift. The man who once feared money now trains others how to multiply it. The man who once whispered about bills now speaks vision, targets, growth. You were born rich, but now you are thinking rich, acting rich, building rich, giving rich. And that, my brother, is what makes it real. Asterisk. Now say this with full power. Let it become your mantra. Wealth is not an accident. It is my design. It is my discipline. It is my destiny. I build systems. I teach wealth. I multiply truth. I leave a legacy of power, not dependence. Again, I do not chase riches. I attract them. I do not fear money. I master it. I do not hoard. I multiply. I do not wait. I act. I do not beg. I command. This is the way forward from today onward. You write your financial rituals. You guard your mind like it holds gold. You speak only in terms of value, growth, and legacy. You serve with fire. You give with precision. You receive without guilt. You multiply without fear. You were made for this. The system tried to strip you of it. They made you ashamed to want more. They told you money was evil. They tried to keep you small. But now you know. Now you've remembered. And now you rise. Not as a man who escaped poverty, but as a man who outgrew it. Not as a man who chases wealth, but as a man who commands it. Not as a man who hides from his destiny, but as one who fulfills it boldly. You were born rich. Now live like it.